Hey guys, Marstingan here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so I haven't had a chance to actually address it properly in a video, but obviously I did put up a video the other day about the leaks for the next Dokkan Fest on JP being a baby Vegeta. It turned out that that was incorrect. It's a shame, because iSeriously normally is very reliable when it comes to these leaks, but unfortunately it seems like he got his information from a bad source. He's obviously apologized, and hopefully in the future, you know, these things are still going to be, you know, reliable. Like, it kind of means we have to take these things with a pinch of salt in the future. But anyway, the important thing is that the game revealed that the new Dokkan Fest is in fact going to be a Super Vegeta, and from the looks of things, he is looking very nice. So we are going to talk about the unit, talk about my thoughts on him and his leader skills and all that kind of stuff. You have seen, I'll put it in the title and probably even the thumbnail, but yes, he is going to be a pure Saiyans leader. The game finally decided to stop blue balling us with the Pure Saiyan category, and we are going to have a 170 Pure Saiyans leader, which arguably means that that is probably going to be the best team in the game. But let us start off by going ahead here and checking out the animations. There is a side banner second form Cell as well, so his animation is here, but let's go ahead and check these out. Here we go. Hey, and look at that KO screen as well. That is. So let us jump over here to shout out to the homie Goresh for posting the translations. We got the second form Cell, I think is the side banner unit, and then there's also a Prime Battle Gohan. So the new Prime Battle LR has been announced as well. So let's have a look at this Vegeta. The artwork is awesome. Obviously, you guys know, like, in terms of the main cast characters, because I meme about Bardock and Super 17 and all that kind of stuff, but Vegeta is my favorite character. And yeah, I've always been waiting for like a really great representation of the Final Flash in Dokkan. So very excited about this. The art is pretty fantastic. He is Super STR, which is kind of funny. Super STR pretty much staying the dominant typing at the moment. So let's have a look at what he does. So his leader skill is Mastered Evolution, or Pure Saiyans, 3 key, HP 130, and attack and defense 170. So they finally did it. Now, until the data download comes out, we don't know what the Mastered Evolution category is going to look like. Obviously, we can kind of take a guess at it, but I feel like with the way Dokkan does their categories, it's going to be very interesting to see who they do and don't include. Because just going from the name Mastered Evolution, you would assume that that means, let's say, characters that we've got on like Miraculous Awakening, where it's the first time they're using a new transformation, you would assume that they're not going to be on here because it's not a Mastered Evolution. But then, of course, I guess Super Vegeta wasn't necessarily a mastered form at that point either. So, be very interesting to see what they do. It'll also be interesting to see whether they put, like, the Whitehead UI Gokus on here, because everybody always calls that form Mastered UI, even though technically it isn't. So, I mean, I would be surprised if he was on there, but you never know with Dokkan. So anyway, I'll make a separate video about that once we know what the category is. So the super attack, of course, is the Final Flash. Does immense damage to the enemy, perform a crit for one... Oh, okay, so it's guaranteed crit. Okay, that's pretty nice. And I think, with the way this works, depending on the way it's worded, perform a critical hit for 1 turn. What that means is, if you then get an additional, it would be a guaranteed crit. Now, obviously, if you get an additional super, it's going to be a guaranteed crit because of the way it's worded into the super attack. But what I think that means, because it's for 1 turn, it means even if you get an additional normal attack after his super, that normal attack should be guaranteed to be a crit as well, I believe. So obviously this guy, you're going to want to go full additional for him. Let's see if you have the courage to take this head on. Final flash. I mean, it's going to be a long time, but I cannot wait to see the translated version of the active skill. So his passive, attack and defense 150% at the start of the turn. Very solid numbers. Gains an additional attack and defense 50% when performing a super. Gains an additional attack and defense 50% for the turn after receiving an attack. Stuns the enemy hit by this character's super. Oh, okay, so he has guaranteed stun as well. So guaranteed stun, guaranteed crit. Then he has the same sort of mechanic as Beerus, where if he takes a hit, he gets extra attack and defense. So if you're unlucky and like the first attack you're taking in a cluster of hits is a super, then obviously that's very unfortunate. But as long as the first one is a normal attack, you're then getting that big buff. All of these adding on top of each other as well, I believe, because attack and defense 150 at the start of the turn. Then once you get hit, you're going to get that 50% buff. And then he's going to attack. So I've already seen some calculations that his APT is ridiculously high. So this man going to be doing crazy damage. His defense might not be the best, especially at, say, 55%. But he doesn't necessarily have to be a slot 1 character. But as you've probably seen for yourself, if you've used Physical Beerus, using him in the second slot and not getting that hit to go off and give him the extra attack does always feel a little bit disappointing, because he's obviously not going to do anywhere near as much damage. So then his active skill, I am Super Vegeta, able to be used when HP is 50% or above and 5 turns have passed from the start of the battle. I'm sure people will complain about that, turn 5. I don't think that's that bad. Or if there is an enemy whose name includes Cell and the character has received 1 or more attack. Oh, that's cool. So yeah, if you're going up against any sort of event with a Cell, you would technically be able to use it turn 1. Although off the top of my head, other than the actual like Cell Dokkan Fest, I don't think there's an event where you fight Cell in like early enough in the fight. Like if you think about like Android's Dragon Ball history, you don't fight him until way further on, so you'd already have that anyway. But still, very cool. And the active skill is gains 5 ki and attack 50% for 1 turn. So seems very basic on paper, but remember that these active skills that give an attack buff, they multiply into everything else on top. That's the reason why B-Pan, everyone loves her active skill so much, because it's so much of an extra buff. So on the turn where you use his active skill, you obviously definitely want him to be able to get hit in slot 1, so he's getting his full buff. And then, goddamn, he's going to do insane damage. And then his links are really good as well. Super Saiyan, Saiyan Lineage, Prodigies, Saiyan Pride, Golden Warrior, Prepared for Battle, Fierce Battle. Very good links. And then categories, Mastered Evolution, Pure Saiyans, Full Power, Vegeta Family, Super Saiyan, Worthy Rivals, Android Cell Saga, Rapid Growth, Gifted Warriors, and Heavenly Event. So, very powerful. So we'll quickly look at the Prime Battle Gohan and Cell. So Gohan, pretty cool, right from the OG. He's a Prime Battle LR, so yeah, flat numbers all in his passive. He's an Exploding Rage Leader, 4 ki and 130, that's pretty decent. And then his 12 ki is Colossal Damage, lowers attack. His 18 ki is Mega Colossal and lowers defense. Massively lowers defense, but still. So lowering attack is definitely more useful, but the 18 ki is going to do more damage. And then he gets Ki +2, attack and defense for 59,000. If there is a character whose name includes Goku on the team. He gets an additional 3 ki and 59,000 attack and defense if there's a character whose name includes Goku in the same turn. And then he gets an additional attack and defense 58,000 when launching a super attack. He gets 12 ki and reduces damage received by 58%, performs a guaranteed crit when launching an 18 ki super if HP is 58% or below once only. So that's pretty good. So for 1 turn, he gets like a massive, like huge attack and has damage reduction. So pretty good. You do need to run him with a Goku to fully maximize his utility, but I mean, even he's a Prime Battle LR, so technically a free-to-play card. There's a ton of strong free-to-play Gokus and really other great Gokus as well. So yeah, I mean, like Goku Family, for example, this guy could definitely fit in super well. Nothing too crazy to see with him. And then the Cell, who, like I say, should be the side banner unit. Extreme STR, Android/Cell Saga category 3 ki and 130 leader skill, not bad. His super attack greatly raises attack for 1 turn, does supreme damage. His passive is defense 80% at the start of the turn, attack and defense 180 when launching a super attack, so his defense after super should actually be pretty good. Chance to perform a crit and reduce damage received by 18% if there is an Android/Cell Saga enemy. Okay, so 18% chance to crit, 18% damage reduction. High chance to stun all enemies if there is an enemy whose name contains Android. Interesting. So any like Android 17, 18, etc, etc. That's pretty interesting. Chance to stun all enemies. So in certain like Super Battle Road stages, that could be very useful. Android / Cell Saga Extreme Allies 3 key and attack and defense 40%. So typical sort of side banner unit that we've seen recently, where they're providing a really great amount of support to a specific category, but the card itself is actually very, very powerful. So let me know what you guys think about Vegeta. Finally getting a Pure Saiyans lead is pretty insane. The thing that like immediately comes to mind for me is this guy right here. Obviously the GT Super Saiyans, two of the best units in the game, or two of the best TURs, arguably. Now if we look at his links, they share every single link except for this guy has GT and the new Vegeta has Saiyan Pride. So Saiyan Pride is a very, very good attack link, so it's a bit unfortunate to be missing out on that. But having so many links with another unit that's like super top tier, and they're going to be together on a whole bunch of teams, because it's not just Pure Saiyans, they're obviously on Vegeta Family, Super Saiyans, Worthy Rivals, like they're going to be such a fantastic rotation. And one thing that definitely comes to mind for me is all of the Bardoks, like these guys, this one, the Tech one, the STR Super Saiyan 2 one, they should be getting an easy A at some point down the line. And when they do, hopefully they're going to become top tier units. Like this guy, I love using this guy, or at least I did. Now it's very difficult to use him in difficult content, but when he gets an easy A, he's going to be a really, really solid support unit. And of course, he has Saiyan Pride. These Bardoks are on a ton of good categories. They have a ton of good links. So the rotation of like GT Vegeta in slot 1, the new Final Flash Vegeta in slot 2, and then this guy in slot 3. Not only is the Final Flash Vegeta getting all of his links active, but then you've got support from the physical Bardock. The only downside to that, of course, is you're not getting the chance to get hit in slot 1 and get the full passive. But yeah, there's a lot of like good possibilities with this Vegeta, and I really love the art. I think the super attack looks really good. So let me know what you guys think. I mean, Pure Saiyans now has a 170 lead, and yeah, looking at all of this, like kind of hard to argue that this isn't going to be one of the best teams in the game. So let me know what you guys think down below. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.